Some nut jobs we put in towers of homes. But you turn creating stuff, phones, radios, it's that.
Manipulated. I'm not some corporate tool.
I've planted 3 bombs where Gotham's crew.
Where do you think he got this? Let's make a pull out of them.
Anarchy's right, you know. Cops don't care about us. We'd be better off without them. But you already knew that, didn't you?
That exists. It's just something the cops made up to scare us.
afterwards.
I've planted 3 bombs where Gotham's corruption is at its strongest. But unlike those I fight to overthrow...
It's Batman! He's another one, partner! This is a class war! This is a reckoning!
Change your mind! I'm gonna pawn that cape.
You think you're a hero, but you're really just a symbol of how low this city's fallen. We're better off without you. I've planted 3 bombs where Gotham's corruption is at its strongest. But unlike those I fight to overthrow, I believe in choice. So, I offer you one.
Anarchy's right, you know. Cops don't care about us. We'd be better off without them. But you already knew that, didn't you?
We ain't going down without a fight!
After...
I've planted 3 bombs where Gotham's corruption is at its strongest. But unlike those I'm
gonna pawn that cape. Can't we change your mind? To fight all of us?
He's another one, partner!
Interesting. Even after knowing all you did about the places I targeted, you spared them.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Disappoint me? Not at all. Come on down to the courthouse so we can continue Gotham's trial.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Hey, I want to see it. Oh.
Who is he?
Come on, we got some action.
I've planted 3 bombs where Gotham's corruption is at its strongest. But unlike those I fight to overthrow, I believe...
You're going down! Keep it up! You gotta stop!
I'm so glad you came. It's an honor, really. There's so much for us to discuss.
What do you want?
I'd like to propose an alliance. I think the 2 of us could accomplish great things together.
I don't work with criminals. You need to turn yourself in.
Tell you what, I'll turn myself in as soon as you do the same. But you don't consider yourself a criminal, do you? The suit, the gadgets, the sense of entitlement. You're just another rich kid atoning for his fiscal sins. Such a shame.
We ain't got a chance!
We are the ready!
Thought you wanted to make a difference. We're taking... I looked up to you. I wanted to be you. That's why they say you should never meet your hero.
Please, I'm just in it for the money.
It's over.
Not quite.
For the people!
Leave them alone!
This is a reckoning! We are...
Think we better learn for what you've done!
They own you then?
Down with them!
You getting paid to break me in? All right, that's it. I only want to help them. Don't get it. We're on the same side here. Should help you see things my way. Is this dangerous? The answer is yes.
Stand united!
I ask for discourse and you respond with violence. We should be above this.
Why won't you join us?
What are you trying to achieve here?
This is a class war! Capitalist pig!
Silence my messengers, but not the message.
You're just a kid.
So? What does it matter? I wanted to make a difference. I thought you'd feel the same.
I do, but not like this. A lot of innocent people almost died tonight because of you.
Innocent? They watched as Gotham went to hell and didn't do a thing!
They're just afraid.
No, they're weak! And so are you.
The police are on their way.
You ever wonder how things got to be so bad here? I do. All the time. Don't think. Don't question. And what becomes of a society that's given up? It rots. Fills up with liars, cheaters, and thugs. Uptown and downtown. The suit in the penthouse is no better than the guy selling drugs in the corner. They're both doing whatever it takes to get ahead. Never mind the cost. Fidelity. Once upon a time, that's what defined society. People coming together in pursuit of common cause. To care for each other. To protect and provide. We took shelter from the darkness and the things that roamed it. Community meant progress. But now, it's all backwards. We worship at the altar of competition. We build fortresses around ourselves. Fight, betray. We have become the things we feared. You keep cleaning up after everyone, Batman, and no one's going to learn to take care of themselves. The ones that don't hate you, they'll start to rely on you, depend on you. And if something happens to you, if you get old or bored or die, then what? Or do you not consider the world that revolves around you? You're a hypocrite, running around dispensing justice, telling people what they can and can't do. You're ensuring Gotham's freedom, provided it conforms to your twisted view. Whatever pleases the bad. That it? You're not a hero. You're a despot. You don't enforce justice. You suppress it. There's a way to make this work. To show you that we share the same goals. Maybe I took things too far with the bombs and the threats. I can learn from that. I mean, you could be a mentor to me. And maybe, well, maybe I can teach you something too. Because I think you're so busy playing hero, you've forgotten what it's like for the rest of us. We're not all as strong as you. We don't have the fancy gadgets, the strength, the skill. But maybe that's the problem. You've gotten so used to the power, you think you're better than everyone. Above reproach. Is that it then? We're not as good as you? You know what? I take it back. I don't want to work with you. You don't have anything to offer. I think I figured it out. You didn't take me down because I broke the law. No. No, you took me down because you don't want the competition. That's what this is really about, isn't it? Let me ask you something. You ever wonder if you're the reason the city's so messed up? Because I have. A lot of us have. And I'm starting to think we're right.
They've been saying there's this thing walks the streets at night, taking people.
What do you mean, thing?
Some kind of creature. It's got horns, flies. Some guys say it talks. That maybe it used to be a person.
What's it want?
Nobody knows.
Maybe we should, you know, find some place to hide.
Might not be a bad idea. At least until the sun's up. Supposedly, it only comes out at night.
Hey, you seen any of those anarchy
posters?
No? Who's that?
Some new guy. Says he wants to help us. I'm gonna pawn that case. Some change?
All units, if you are 1010, please report in for potential assignment.
Not gonna take this anymore!
You gotta pay like everyone else. That's the deal.
That deal...
He's taking us apart.
Now you're in for...
Don't forget about Sionis and Cobblepot. I'm sure their crews are planning to take advantage of the situation.
And the SWAT guys. I'm hearing they're after the county, too.
Definitely not looking good for the bat tonight.
I can make the IDs, but you sure it's gonna work?
I've got the account numbers and passports. We've got driver's licenses that say we're the guys. As far as the bank's concerned, we're the guys.
Yeah, but what if they, recognize us?
I specifically chose clients from out of town. Most of them have never set foot inside.
Ah, hell!
What do you want?
What happened to Brian Murphy?
We had a deal. He gave me the account numbers. I faked being a client and cleared out the account. In exchange, he gets a cut. It's a con I run 100 times. But then he starts to get nervous, tries to back out.
So you threw him off a roof?
I couldn't risk him warning the bank. or going to the cops. I had to protect my interests.
And how'd that work out for you? Alfred, contact the GCPD and let them know Brian Murphy's killer has been apprehended. Send over the evidence as well.
Consider it done, sir.
Rubio, what's your 20?
On the balcony for a smoke with a menace.
Those men on the balcony, that could be my way in.
And shut case. Penguin murdered Black Mask in his lane. And we found the bastard's stubby little fingerprints right by the body.
Yeah, we got Penguin now. Like to see him squirm out of this one. Fingerprints, 2 dead bodies. He's about to do some time.
Yeah, except forensics will take all the credit. And I'm the one who found the prints.
That's why they call it first response. First pickings on the loot, but none of the glory. Me, I take the loot over the glory any day.
Police believe Penguin murdered Black Mask. But why would he send me here if he was the killer? It doesn't add up. I can reconstruct the crime scene with the evidence scanner. This crime took place days ago. The fire and the exposure to the elements make identifying the victims difficult. The male victim is wearing a black mask, but I can't positively identify him as Roman Sionis without a DNA analysis. Something I can't do in the field. I can identify the female victim based on her fingerprints. Tiffany Ambrose, Roman Sionis' girlfriend. Or one of them at least. She was no angel, long list of priors, but nothing to indicate she was the target here. The fire spread as a result of a Molotov cocktail thrown into the room. It may have been intended to destroy evidence. The shallow trajectory of the bullet suggests the shooter could be someone of Penguin's height. But the grooves on the floor suggest that the victim was killed by someone leaning back in a chair. This bullet was fired from a revolver. Ballistics analysis indicates a low angle of trajectory. The shooter could have been someone of Penguin's height, but the pattern in the gunpowder residue suggests the bullet was actually fired by someone lying on the ground. These fingerprints are a match for the Penguin, but they're on top of the soot from the fire. The cops were right. Penguin was in the room, but these prints prove he was here after the murders were committed. If he didn't kill Black Mask, who did? The only thing I know for certain is that Tiffany's shooter was lying on the floor. But why? These white streaks are shoe polish. Whoever shot Tiffany was being dragged along the floor. Besides the victims, there were two other people in the room, Tiffany's shooter and whoever was dragging the shooter. The location from which the male victim was shot may tell me more. The DNA here doesn't belong to either of the victims. Whose is it? The fight broke out when someone startled the shooter. It's not clear who won the fight. It could have been either one of them. I should review the evidence to see if I can learn anything more about either the intruder or the shooter. Fabric analysis indicates the intruder was wearing a white suit or sport jacket. This fabric swatch could help identify the intruder, but I still can't identify the male victim's shooter. There's one impact area I haven't checked for clues. This DNA is from the female victim. The level of oxidation suggests it's been here for several days. If I review the evidence, I may be able to find out what she was doing when she was attacked. sending text messages to Roman Sionis about someone named the Joker. Someone killed Black Mask, but this crime took place several days ago, and I saw Black Mask earlier tonight. The only answers I have raise more questions. Who is the Joker? Was he the killer here? Or is he one of the assassins? I have a body, an unknown shooter, and an unknown assailant who attacked the shooter. I need to match the DNA samples against the records in the National Criminal Database to identify who was in the room. Alfred, I need access to the National Criminal Database.
Well, the only way to do that would be to infiltrate the Gotham City Police Department.
Then that's where I'm going.
Sir, you'd need to physically hack into their servers. If you insist on doing something that foolish, you'll need a powerful, non-lethal weapon. I recommend coming back here to pick up your concussion detonator.
Not a bad idea.